Caroline Boyer met Luke Bryan at Georgia Southern University. 8 years later, these college sweethearts got married. As Luke rose to superstardom in country music, Caroline has been right there by his side. She describes herself as a wife, mom, aunt, and best bad influence friend. But there's a lot more to know about Luke's wife, Caroline. She is 3 years younger than Luke. She's got a great sense of humor, and she's also relatable. When she posted this video on social media, Caroline wrote, "This is why I have so many scars and bruises. Never been graceful at all." So Caroline admits that she's gawky. She also told People that she's never been the jealous type either. Caroline said this about Luke: "Girls have gone crazy for him since college, so now it's kind of a norm." She also said that Luke is a beautiful man, and girls are gonna see that. She said this: "It's honestly never bothered me." One part of Luke that gets seen a lot is him shaking his behind in jeans. Although Luke has always made it clear that there's no touching rule for fans at meet and greets. According to the Nashville's new country website, Luke has also done something to his behind that you won't believe. And it's got to do with Caroline. Luke's friend and former tour mate Jason Aldean was the one to reveal this shocking secret. Jason was being interviewed on a radio show, and he said he could not believe it when Luke got Caroline's initials tattooed on his behind. That sounds strangely funny, but Luke said in an interview with The Boot that he has a normal marriage with Caroline. They even fight occasionally, but they always work it out. Luke has also given examples of Caroline's crazy sense of humor. He was on Taste of Country Radio, and he revealed that Caroline surprised him with an interesting birthday cake one year. Caroline went to a local bakery called the Sweet Divine, and she had them make a delicious cake for Luke with a chocolate chip cookie dough base over homemade fondant. But the design of Luke's birthday cake made it kind of hard to eat because it was an edible toilet and an edible plunger, and the toilet was filled with edible looking you know what. Caroline also included a birthday message on the cake to tease Luke about how old he was getting. Caroline loves animals, and she loves the outdoors too. In 2017, she opened Brett's Barn on her private property. Caroline named this special place to honor her brother Beau and sister-in-law Ellen's first child, Brett. Brett was diagnosed with Down syndrome and a congenital heart defect before she was born. After a courageous battle and 100 grueling days in the hospital, baby Brett sadly passed away. On the Brett's Barn website, Caroline wrote a heartbreaking yet positive message. She revealed that Brett's Barn was a product of grief and the kind of pain that you feel in every part, every inch of your whole body. Unfortunately, Caroline and Luke have known a significant amount of grief. Luke's brother passed away before Luke made it big in country music, and later he would lose his sister and then his brother-in-law too. But when baby Brett passed, Caroline wanted to choose happiness over hurt. She wanted to honor her baby niece and keep a promise she'd made when Brett was just a month old. Caroline found a white pony at a local animal rescue facility, and that pony became one of the first animals to live at Brett's Barn. Caroline and her sister-in-law made a video about how sick and disabled kids can visit Brett's Barn and pet the animals. While Brett's Barn is not yet fully open to the public, Caroline hopes that one day it will be. But Caroline also opened up once about something else. She actually made the first move on Luke. Caroline and Luke have been interviewed about their relationship numerous times over the years. On social media, they are often referred to as the hashtag couple goals. But Caroline told People magazine that she had to kiss Luke first, even though Caroline was a younger freshman and Luke was a college senior. Caroline said that Luke treated her like a friend because he was too scared of making her uncomfortable. Luke appears to have a good reason for not wanting to scare Caroline away. He has revealed that he fell in love with her at first sight. The first time he set eyes on Caroline, she walked into a college bar in Statesboro, Georgia called Dingus McGee's. The setting might not sound romantic, but Luke told The Boot that it took him about 8 seconds to think to himself, "Yep, I'm gonna marry that girl." Although Caroline and Luke's romantic journey had plenty of ups and downs, Luke opened up to Kelly Pickler and Ben Aaron about their love story on an episode of Pickler Ben. Luke dated Caroline during his senior year in college. Shockingly, he claimed that he and Caroline would break up, get back together, and then break up again. While Caroline claims that she was the only one who finally ended it, Luke revealed it was devastating for both of them at the time, and their relationship entered what Luke now calls the dark ages. This happened after Luke graduated from Georgia Southern University. Luke left Georgia for Nashville, and he admitted to Kelly and Ben that he didn't see Caroline for 5.5 years. Although Luke would later call their time apart a blessing, because after Caroline graduated from college, she began a successful career as a traveling sales rep, while Luke took all the time he needed to break into country music. He would occasionally come home to play shows around the college where he met Caroline. Caroline later admitted that she would show up to Luke's shows. She said that she would wave at him, talk to him, and go hug him. Caroline had a gut feeling that Luke wanted her there. And one night, Luke played a gig in Statesboro. Caroline showed up to that gig. Luke told HuffPost that they began emailing each other a little bit after that. Then Caroline made another move. She invited Luke to a family Christmas party in Atlanta. When Luke showed up at the party, he revealed that he kissed Caroline. And as Luke said, rest is history. Caroline and Luke had a destination wedding in the Turks and Caicos. In a hilarious wedding photo, you'll see that Caroline got to break the no touching rule. Luke has confessed that Caroline really stepped up after they got married. He hadn't yet reached the pinnacle of success in his country music career. Shockingly, Luke claims that he was only making $10,000 a year back then. Luke isn't ashamed to admit that Caroline made all the money when they first got married, and she continued to become the great wife and mom she is today. She got pregnant with their first baby just 6 months after they got married. Caroline and Luke's first surprise baby, Thomas, was born in March 2008. While Luke was overjoyed to become a first-time dad and gain a new fishing buddy, Caroline would soon experience her first tragedy as a young mom and wife. In 2009, she was surprised to learn that she was pregnant again, but Caroline unfortunately lost that unborn baby. She revealed intimate details when she appeared on Get Real with Caroline Harvey. While she admitted that both of those pregnancies had been unexpected, when she lost a baby, Caroline said the loss sucks and it hurts. Caroline will never forget her loss, but thankfully she and Luke welcomed their second healthy son Tatum in August 2010. She also opened her heart and home to Luke's nieces, Chris and Jordan, and his nephew Tilden after they lost both their parents. Caroline said, "We never thought twice about it." Luke and Caroline have earned the right to be called couple goals on social media, but they're also normal married people. Caroline would have it no other way.